Someone there?
Don't you lie to me, boy. I know you have it.
Touch me and I'll bite your fingers off. I will!
What now?
Hope the goblins aren't smart enough to poison their blades.
I already told you I don't have it! How stupid are you?
Let's move.
This is a nightmare.
My faith protects me.
Still breathing, despite everything.
Flowers, leaves, grass. Can't beat it.
I was raised in the city. I'm more used to feeling cobblestones underfoot than grass and fallen leaves.
Before I went to Avernus, I'd have agreed with you. Nothing quite like Baldur's Gate, is there?
Nothing.
There you are, my friend. Are you now? Don't make promises you can't keep, darling. Thankfully, I've had my needs met this evening. I found a bear. He took a little of my blood. I took all of his. So's any meal worth having. It's nothing compared to, well, other things I could be dining on, but significantly better than the rats and bugs Cazador served me. It was exactly as appetizing as you'd think. Still, that was the past. I'll never have to grovel for him again. Exactly. I can be better than him. Stronger. More powerful. More... Oh. You meant be kinder. Pet bunnies, that sort of thing. I've no objection to being nice, of course, once I have the power to bend others to my will. Is it? What good is freedom if I'm always watching the shadows? No. I'll be safe when I'm powerful enough to grind Cazador into the dust. Powerful enough to do whatever the hell I want. They're doing a piss-poor job, then. The strong had 2 centuries to pluck me from torture. But no one came. No. It was the Mind Flayers that rescued me. They gave me a gift. The strength to take my own freedom. I'm embracing this power. You should too.
I promised I'd be back. Don't worry. I have things under control. For now. I see you've been using the powers the tadpole gives you. Good. But things haven't gone as you expected. You thought Nettie might be able to help you in the Druid's Grove. But all she did was reaffirm the danger. You're desperate to be rid of it. Understandable. But you're looking for solutions in the wrong places. It's complicated. But I'm an adventurer, just like you. Just like you, I was infected with a Mind Flayer parasite. Just like you, I seek to be free of it. But to do that, we'll need to think beyond local healers. Your parasite is unusual. It is wrapped in magic that prevents its removal. Until the source of the tadpole's magic is destroyed, any attempt to remove it will kill you. The parasites are merely a symptom of a greater sickness in Faerun. I am not sure yet. To find the answers, we must first find the source. These parasites are more than illithid spawn. They are vessels for control. The infected hear the voice of the Absolute and believe it to be a god. That is how the cult of the Absolute is spreading. The highest of their rank, the True Souls, carry a tadpole just like yours. It is how they receive their orders. It is what makes them obey. When the order to transform is given, it will not be a matter of days. They will be Mind Flayers in an instant. Were it not for my protection, so would you. I protect you from becoming a Mind Flayer. I cannot protect you from yourself. But I know what it is like to be burdened by forces outside of your control. We are alike, you and I. I've been trying to escape from this evil for a long time. Once, I almost succeeded. Now, through you, I've been given a new chance. You can go where I cannot, and I can protect you from that evil. If we work together, we may turn this around. Hells, they need me. I have to go. No, it isn't safe. The power I used to protect you, I stole it from someone. They want it back. I will hold them off for as long as I can, but sooner or later I will be worn down. You must discover the source of the magic that controls the parasites before that happens. The cultists are gathering at Moonrise Towers. Use the powers your parasite gives you to convince them you are one of them. And when you find the source of their magic, destroy it. Go. Our freedom depends on it.
Biting flies. Midges. Ugh. Shouldn't nature be beautiful and serene? It looks so nice in the upper city parts.
Upper City, huh? Swish. Never spent much time there myself.
I'll happily take you, if we survive this bug's banquet.
Sounds good. I've always been curious what a Patriarlu looks like.
Glowing eyes are rarely a good sign. Best to be careful.
boss and talking.
Well, at least we got the druid to keep ourselves entertained.
He's boring. Let's find another one. Did some bleeding arts show up to save the druid? I'll cut you to pieces. Kill him!
Never a dull moment.
Can you feel death's cold grip?
Still breathing, despite everything.
Let's turn someone inside out.
Can't keep me out.
Wits and blades, always sharp.
Keep a blade close.
Attention!
I have such a headache. Still alive. So that's progress.
I'd love to, thanks.
No one stopped me yet. And away I go.
The corpse right. His breaths are shallow, his wounds deep. He doesn't respond to your voice.
Take you.
Nothing hurts anymore.
My faith will guide me.
Take you.
A dull moment.
Oh, thank you, thank you. I thought I was gonna die down here. It's my fault. I thought I'd given them the slip, but they followed me through the tunnel back there. I must tell the others what happened. I stepped careful. There are traps in these tunnels.
am I to do?
All is ash and meat.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Crashed from the sister to Lord.
The spell's
Is that blood? No, never mind. Mind never quiet.
An empty mind flayer vessel. If its occupant survived, then nowhere to be seen.
I had another dream, which whoever's reaching out to us truly does seem opposed to the Perhaps we truly have a secret protector. Or we're walking into a trap. Very serious of you. But go. It's strange. I've been dwelling on what I told you before about wanting to become a dark.
Fine. What's on your mind?
Quite splendidly, to give credit where it's due. You and I have shared some. Falling to pieces. These goblins aren't exactly house-proud as occupiers go.
Wouldn't blame the gobs. Place looks like it's been abandoned a good while. But hey, maybe we can scare up a few dusty bottles of wine somewheres.
I like your way of thinking. Split any takings we find?
Sister, you've got a deal.
I'll feel that one later.
hear another muffled cry.
Leave it. Whoever's inside...
What the hell are you doing?
Ruined. Smash!
Focus, strike true.
Come on. Can't stay idle. I'll strike you down.
Time to kill. Let's go. Break them.
Count on me.
Got to move.
Nothing important is ever easy.
Go for the throat.
Corpse seems willing to speak. Corpse seems willing to speak, but not to its killer.
I'm ready. Whatever it takes.
No one back home will ever believe this.
How delicious.
Here goes nothing.
There's no time to waste. Better fetch that.
My, what manner of place is this? A path to redemption? Or a road to damnation? Hard to say, for your journey is just beginning. What would suit the occasion? The words to a lullaby, perhaps. The mouse smiled brightly. It outfoxed the cat. Then down came the claw. And that, love, was that. They do know how to write them in Cormier, don't they? Well met, I am Raphael. Very much at your service. It's not every day one meets such a cavalier sinner as yourself. A true, bloody pleasure. Charmed, I'm sure, in more ways than one. We should have a chat, you and I, but not here. This quaint little scene is decidedly too middle of nowhere for my tastes. Come. There, middle of somewhere. The House of Hope, where the tired come to rest and the famished come to feed lavishly. Go on, partake, enjoy your supper. After all, it might just be your last. Are you not entertained? Well, far be it from me to disappoint. What's better than a devil you don't know? A devil you do. Am I a friend? Potentially. An adversary? Conceivably. But a savior? That's for certain. Because my compassion is boundless. I stride among the needy, giving comfort where I can. And you're in dire need. One skull, 2 tenants, and no solution in sight. I could fix it all like that. And what is madness but a denial of reality? Still, I've a feeling you'll change your mind. before it's changed for you. Try to cure yourself. Shop around. Beg, borrow, and steal. Exhaust every possibility until none are left. And when hope has been whittled down to the very marrow of despair, that's when you'll come knocking on my door. Hope. Such a tease. I've always wondered what a laughing mind flayer sounds like. All those pretty little symptoms, sundering skin, dissolving guts, they haven't manifested yet, have they? One might say you're a paragon of luck. I'll be there when it runs out.
Looking ahead.
Conmossio in lingua mortua.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
My pack. Everything I needed. Wulbrin. My Wulbrin. Flames in the dark. His amulet found. Bloodied. Find him. Left the under.
The spell's power.
wonder what the next move is.
Keep your distance, darling.
Wanna dance?
Wretched thing. Pull yourself together.
A long way to go still.
Take your...
Can't give up now.
Looks like a trap there.
All right, time to skulk about.
Roll touche! Looking at a future true soul, you are.
That's curious.
Tribe? Tribe!
Stop fidgeting.
Oi!
As the symbol glows, power courses through you. Authority.
I didn't realise. Very sorry, sir.
Your blood runs quicker, feeding the gnawing absence at the center of your mind.
Enjoy the party!
I can see the absolute from here.
Big old boy!
Sounds like they've captured themselves a bard.
Ah, the stranger in a fair cap with fragulous crown and with sceptre abraid, draw Ragslin, short work of the innkeeper made. The inn burnt to ash. The captives were many. Goblin kind had reduced them to cowering filfenny. So raise it, your goblets, and drain them with pride. Draw Ragslin, the true soul, had led you glide.
You! Move on!
Do as she says. Now. Now, where was I?
Wait a tick. That a friend of yours?
Oh, certainly not. What are you doing? I'm busy here.
You lying.
To you? Never. Come, let's continue our ballad. Draw Ragslin, draw Ragslin. I am draw Ragslin. Tumptuous, draw Ragslin.
You broke him.
Wait, wait. Draw Ragslin, we pray, we...
Come on, pigeon. Back to your cage.
Now, look what you've done. Of course, ma'am.
My name's Gribble, idiot.
Right, yes. Not fool me.
The wall, some move. Love it.
Yeah, that's right. Keep drinking, Ken. You look like you got some. Looking to spend it? Get moving.
Oi! Did I say you can move?
Oh, right.
paid to talk.
Thrust his arm with me bare hands. Weaker than pixies, you.
Oh, you got him good.
And who are you? Another pest.
The mark glows, but you feel nothing in response. Your illithid power is beyond reach until you rest.
Everyone says that. And then they spit in our faces. But no more. Things are changing. We got the Absolute on our side now. You better learn your Go on. Kiss my foot. Or I'll wipe that nasty look right off your face.
Well, go on. Give him a nibble.
That's more like it.
As your lips touch filthy flesh, you catch a whiff of lavender. The pleasant scent gives way to the muddy taste of something you try not to identify. You carefully slide the ring off.
You enjoying that? Disgusting worm. Just remember, you're nothing here.
Impressive. Though I'm not sure I want to know why you're so skilled at that.
No. I want to hear every sordid detail.
What's saying? They just had to talk to me. I've got to take a piss.
Tempers are rising.
Schools, careful footwork. Best get in and out.
I'll be a big old. Big old. That's that. I'm talented.
What's that?
Can't even enjoy a drink in peace.
watch your back. How for a skeleton king?
I feel like one later.
Don't touch me.
I'm talented.
You've seen one of them nose up close. Proper scary.
Enough. You could curdle warg milk with.
Let's go to the shadows.
You've seen one of them nose up close. Proper scary.
And no, with my brother.
Puke stink.
They're awesome.
That smells delicious.
Humans ain't good for much, but they.
Escape! Escape!
When you nick it out of their cold, it ain't.
Statue of Seluna. This ruin must have been dedicated to her. And now it's a nest for some filthy goblins. A fitting end.
Let's get going.
Well, now, you look like a tough 'un, and you're gonna need it, mate. This ain't your standard dungeon dive, right? This is chicken chasing. Only the greatest game since eggs sprouted legs, mate. You just gotta chase the chicken round the course and through the posts. But that ain't all. Gotta do it quick and alone. Any of your... Sound easy? It ain't. Better contenders than you have been breasted by the bird. Fun? Show a bit of... Besides, we gotta agree... We got the coin. We're starting a new game! Move your eyes!
Cheers!
Yeah, don't hurt the little clucker. Just chase it through the post.
What are you waiting for? Shimmy on the starting mark and let's get going.
The chicken's head bobs, eyes darting around at the leering goblin face.
On the starting mark and let's get going. What are you waiting for? Shimmy on the starting mark and let's get... What are you trying to me? What are you waiting for? Shimmy on the starting mark and let's get going.
Chase it through the post. Like it. Hey,
What are you waiting for? Shimmy on the starting mark and let's get going. That's the game. Oi!
The mark glows, but you feel nothing in response. Your illithid power is beyond reach until you rest.
You're bloody mad, you are. Go on then. What? We're starting a new game! Move your eyes!
Cheers! Cheers!
What are you waiting for?
Help! Help! Tired. Frightened. Benny! Help! Help! No! Too many goblins. Mad! Featherless ones are mad!
That's a last chicken! Oi! Foul! Too many players! Stop the game!
Have a lot on my mind. And, well, in it.
What are you waiting for? Shimmy on the starting mark and let's get going. What are you waiting for?
The chicken's head bobs, eyes darting around at the leering goblin faces. She's terrified. She meets your eye, and the fear there hardens into rage.
That's the game. Oi!
The mark glows, but you feel nothing in response. Your illithid power is beyond reach until you rest.
You're bloody mad, you are!
something over there.
The taste of stolen beer.
I got stuff if you got coin.
That's right. Keep drinking. You lot.
No goes. Home.
Oi! Ain't no party in here. We're doing the Absolute's work. State your business. Now.
The mark glows, but you feel nothing in response. Your illithid power is beyond reach until you rest.
Oi!
My condition likes being ignored as little as I do. I must consume another artifact. And soon. Perhaps I'm not conveying the urgency of the situation. It's incredibly, world-shatteringly important you give me a suitable artifact. Please. Thank you. Good God. It hardly has. Listen, I need to speak to you, to all of you. It would be unconscionable of me to remain silent. I might just be about to remedy that. You have to know who I was. You have to know what I am is a walking shadow of the promise I once held. I'm what one might call a wizard prodigy. And from an early age could not only control... Such was my skill that it earned me the attention of the mother of magic herself. The Lady of Mysteries. The goddess Mystra. She revealed herself to me and she became my teacher. In time, she became my muse. And later, even my lover. Oh, yes. We enjoyed each other's company. Body, mind, and soul. You see, no matter how powerful a wizard we mortals can become, we never scratch more than the surface of the weave. Mystra keeps us in check. There are boundaries she doesn't let us cross, yet every time I was with her, I stood on the precipice, gazing into the wonders that lay beyond. I sought to cross her boundaries. Though not, I think, my methods. I tried to convince her. I pouted. I pleaded. Swore my ambition was only inconceivable as it seems to me now. I shared a bed with a goddess, and yet I wasn't satisfied. So I sought to prove myself worthy to her instead. We come now to the crux of my folly. Shall I share the story behind it, or would you rather head straight to its... Very well. Once upon a very long time ago, a mighty lord lived in a tower. A flying tower, to be precise. I'll save his history for another time, but the gist of it is that he sought to usurp the goddess of magic so that he could become a god himself. He almost managed, but not quite. In his entire empire, Netheril, the magic that was unleashed that day was phenomenal. Roiling like the prime chaos that outdates creation. Even the weave itself could not withstand the onslaught. It fractured, then shattered, and she restored the weave, reuniting all its scattered shards. Or so I thought. Until, in the course of my studies, I learned of a book. What if, I thought, what if, after all this time, I could return this lost part of herself to the goddess? The answer was to try. And the outcome was to fail. I was certain that this deed of raw power, draped in romance, would convince Mistra to take me by the hand, and I was mistaken. I obtained the fabled book and took it into my study. As for what happened next... Here. Place your hand over my heart. Let me show you.
You feel the tadpole quiver as you realize Gale is letting you in, into the dark. You see through Gale's eyes, staring down the corridors of a dread memory. A book, bound, then suddenly opened. Inside there are no pages, only a swirling mass of blackest weave that pounces. Its teeth, its claws, it's unstoppable as it digs through and becomes part of you. And God says it ever.
Thankfully, the moment I absorbed the fragment wasn't enough to kill. This Netherese blight, this orb, for lack of a better word, as long as I absorb traces of the weave from potent enough sources, remains quiet. I will erupt. I don't know the exact magnitude of the eruption, but given it'd level a city the size of Waterdeep. We might chance upon a king's collection of magical artifacts around the corner. All of this. It must feel like a betrayal. Say the word, and we'll part ways. That is a great relief. You truly are a soul that steals my own. From all my new rallied heart, I thank you. I thank you all. I understand if you stand against me. I'm humbled. I stand at a precipice. Now, even I am tired of the sound of my own voice. Let us venture forth.
You carry a Githyanki relic. I will have an explanation. Or your head.
Walk away. Now. I won't warn you again. Lae'zel thinks I have something important to her people. She's deluded, clear.
Lies. She carries an heirloom of my people. I must know why. Incorrect. Judicious bloodletting settles feuds and roots out the weak, the deceitful.
Do you hear this, tribe? Our lives are at stake, and she wants us to turn on each other.
No others. Just you and me.
You hear that, Lae'zel? It's called common sense.
You seek reason in dishonor. The bad blood must be purged. A jewel come first light.
You mean I'd get to prove you wrong and thrash you? I love it. Get some rest, Lae'zel. You'll need it. You had every chance to look the other way. But here we are. You chose this.
Spare me the justifications, coward.
If anyone asks, I'll say you were transforming. Don't expect to be mourned. Take this slain foe as a gift, blessed Night Singer. Usher her into your darkness.
My condition likes being ignored as little as I do. I must consume another artifact. Thank... Listen, I need to speak to you, to all of you. You have to... What I am, and what one... Such was my... She revealed herself to me and she became my... Oh, I mean, you see now... Miss... I sought to cross her boundaries. I tried to convince her. Inconceivable as it seems. We come now to the crux of my folly. Shall I... Very well. Once I'll say, you're the map. Even she restored. What if? I thought. The answer was. I was here.
You feel into the. You see inside its teeth, its claws.
Terrifying, isn't it? This netherese blood. As long as I absorb traces of the weave from potent and. I will. I don't know. I don't level a city the size of Waterdeep. I know. All of this. It must. That. You true. I thank you. I stand now.
You carry a Githyanki relic.
Walk away. Now. I won't warn you again.
Remove yourself if you are so easily offended. This is not...
Nonsense. You're just finally showing us what you really are. A reaver to the bone.
Spare your indignity. Every word that spills from your mouth is worth less than the last. Incorrect. Judicious bloodletting settles feuds and roots out the weak, the deceitful.
Do you hear this, tribe? Our lives are at stake, and she wants us to turn on each other.
No others. Just you and me.
Lizelle thinks I have something important to her people. She's deluded, clear.
Lies. She carries an heirloom of my people. I must know why.
I doubt this one's wits will be any sharper by then.
I do not wish to spill blood here. Come daylight.
Fine. You can accept your wrong. You had every chance to look the other way. But here we are. You chose this.
Spare me the justifications, coward.
If anyone asks, I'll say you were transforming. Don't expect to be mourned. She's a liability. It's the artifact we need, not her.
Let me up, and I'll show you. Surrender? A disgusting notion.
You had better warm to that notion very rapidly, or your journey ends here. We needn't be enemies. There's plenty of those to go around already.
What would you have? That we be friends?
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. But imagine what we might achieve if we channeled some of that hostility back at our real foes, instead of each other. They wouldn't stand a chance.
Speak. It is over where I am concerned. It is through conflict that we strengthen us. Yet I do not reckon the next resolution may not end in her favor. It is a certainty. I had assumed our parasites served a Geich elder, but I believe they serve a greater master still. A question that elders and collectives abide by their own tenets. And now this voice, this creed, finds our own ears. If it reaches this... I have a confession. I was too hasty to judge you. I thought you witless, gutless, unimpressively bland. Yes, all that is true. I am cold as the sea of... But you have stoked fires I didn't know I possess. I swear, you would tear the horns off one dragon for plunging into a... You've gained my respect, and more still, my yearning. When I come near, your odor alone is enough to make my neck sweat, and my hairs stand on end. If you must know... Vlaakith requires everything of her children. I can't count how... I know only blood red and death black. I am what I must be. Say what I must be. Bah, enough talk. I will be plain. Do you? Yes.
Perhaps one night soon, I will come to your... Until that night...
Very glad Shadowheart and Lae'zel settled things without letting any blood. I would have enjoyed the spectacle, but not losing either one of those loot. You really did it, huh? Well, what can I say? You look fine, smell fine, and yet... Hope you don't expect me to follow your lead in this. Do they? I'm not sure either of us can say one way or the other. We don't know what the costs might be just yet. You can say whatever you want. You aren't going to change my mind. I don't want to get more... You'd agree with me if that tadpole hadn't eaten the scent... Now...
Oh, I really thought Shadowheart and Lae'zel might fight to the death over that artifact. A pity. It would have made for a fine night's entertainment. I won't lie. It's tempting. If I keep the tadpole, I risk If I lose the tadpole, Cazador has control. It's grim either way. So why not sell what's left of my soul to a devil? Better he has it than Cazador. You're familiar with the phrase, better the devil you know? I know Cazador. And I'll take anything that saves me from...
The goblins still infest the roads. As long as their leaders live, Zevlor's people... He brings to mind a story, an old fairy tale. A farmer made a deal with the devil. So the story goes. The farmer's dearest fruit, naturally, was no apple. We can learn a lot from fairy tales. Don't you think? Refuse him. No matter how tempting the offer, no matter how delicious the feast he lays out for you. That's because you still have hope. He'll require of you only what you're least and then require more. You might think you'd give up anything for a cure. But the devil won't take just anything. He'll take... I think that unknowable... I can't say I'm not curious. But once you've taken a lithid by the talon, there's no telling how deep into the abyss it might drag you. All right, what else is on your mind? Is that so? Maybe that's fear of fault. Whichever is true, I will not stand for more...
I don't think there'll be any more trouble between Lae'zel and I, if you were wondering. We can all sleep easier now. Well, apart from all the rest.
You have an interesting definition of friendly, but yes.
Very serious of you. But it's strange. I've been dwelling on what I told you, but...
Fine. What's on your mind?
I'll say one thing for our troop. We're not short on drama. I'm glad Shadowheart and Lae'zel settled their differences peacefully. Eventually. If it should ever come to that, if I ever know I will find the remotest place on the surface. I will await. I promise I will not betray your trust. You kept me by your side. If worst comes to worst, I will be long gone before the curtain falls. Ah, yes. Karsus. Karsus was perhaps the most powerful, and he tried. With a spell of his own, Mistral, she was called then. As Karsus aimed his spell at her, too late did he realize what he had unleashed. It would have been the end of... The goddess of magic is all magic. It was the end of Mistral. As the child who would be a god was turned to stone, his empire, an event that came to be known as Karsus's folly. For a spell, Mistral was reborn as Mistra. Now, so many centuries later, I try to follow in the footsteps of Cast. Try to control only Gale's folly, one might call it. History. I assure you it. Don't get me wrong. You did well. The somatic component, the verbal component, even the... But I was still your conduit. Yet it is life's most worthy pursuit in my impart...
Bloody racket. Oh, come on now. They're just... Oi! Ain't no party state.
As the symbol glows, power courses through you. Authority. The presence deep in your mind is awake, unblinking. This is it. A single word pervades your consciousness. Soon.
Oh, beg pardon. You must be here to join the other true souls. Please, go right ahead. Well, beg pardon, but it ain't just you. At first, we thought it was just Boss Ragslin and Priestess. Then the Drow arrived. And now you. The Absolute has big plans for... The Absolute is gathering us all. Bloody...
Seluna. As if mingling with a horde of goblins wasn't bad enough. Let's do what we have to do, then get out of here. Quite the understatement, but yes.
I, my people, pay him a visit in return. That'll be some real fun. Do you hear the Absolute's voice? Do you feel
Smells like burnt
inside
flesh
you?
in here.
I only hear her through you, Priestess. That's because she chose me. You're not worthy yet. Now here's somebody special. The Absolute has Priestess Gut needs to touch you too. Hold out your arms so I can mark your flesh. Lets the faithful recognize, and it's charged with magic. You ready? Brace yourself. This'll sting. Maybe you don't need it. After all, you're special.
She probes your mind, tangling your thoughts with hers. A familiar sensation. She too... Darkness seems to swallow the temple, leaving you with a vision of the goblin priestess, receiving instruction from a handsome young man, one of the chosen. The vision dissolves away. You stand before the goblin priestess in the temple once again. Her faith floods into you, a tide of shuddering ecstasy. Her tadpole nestles within that mania, secure, hidden.
I feel you in there, digging around. Works both ways. And I saw some weird shadows swimming around in your head just now. Maybe I can help with that. Us true souls gotta look out for one another. With the Absolute's will, let's deal with this in my chapel.
Oi! Priestess! We want the mark!
Yeah, ain't we good enough for the Absolute?
That the jingle of coin, I hear? Already turned quite the... You recognize the crest she bears. The winged serpent of the Zentarim.
Half right, sharp eyes. As then is a normal... Weapons and other exotic good. No judgment, no right and wrong, just good deals and bad. That You joking? Goblins sell the best prisoners. Cheap, till this crowd converted and no complaints, mind. I just sold enough smoke powder to cover the loss 10 times over. Ask the drow they're all bowing to. That glint in her eye is not my concern, so long as I'm paid. Speaking of, something to trade or what? Pleasure.
Ready or not, don't look now. A little souvenir.
Your pilfering efforts.
Very quiet. It's a mild larceny.
Still in control. Just.
Oi, come here. I ain't wait. Ready to clear your head? Whatever the Absolute tells me to. Don't worry, she loves you. I don't want a crowd of gawpers. Everybody else. Ready to clear your head? Don't want a crowd of...
Trust no one.
No time to rest.
Ready to clear your head? Smart. All you need to do is don't want anyone peep. There we go. Secret and safe.
Psionic feelers creep across your mind like a pickpocket's fingers seeking flaws in fabric.
It's all slippery in there. What are you hiding?
An image of the Mind Flayer reaches out to her from your memories.
Helps! We need to fish that thing out before it eats any important parts of your brain. Don't you worry. I've got everything I need to fix you. It involves you putting your trust in the... You won't regret being a true soul. You know the so drink this. It'll pure...
You recognize telltale flecks of werejackal blood. It's a potion of sleep.
I ain't deceiving nobody. I'm trying to help. Sweet dreams. I'll see your ugly mug on the other side. Wakey, wakey. Don't bother struggling. You ain't going nowhere. The Absolute wants to know all about that critter in your...
A crooked touch.
Something over there.
Hey, good looking. Maybe if I was a quarter of the size. That might be worth a look. No chance. To the left and... That's it.
Careful, I bite. Let's crack it open.
You'll pay for talk. Can't beat you too hard, though. Gotta keep you alive for what comes next. Stop trying to Everything's clear. Do you even know who you are anymore? Maybe that's it's gonna start. And eventually your skull will split and you'll cough up and... Stop it! I'm gonna keep you here so I can see every gory detail and hear every whimper and... Not likely. But you're gonna be my...
You test the weight of the chains, looking for weak points. A sharp pain shoots through your arm as the bone pops out of place. The chains hold tight. Your muscles burn with the effort.
You!
Need to stay focused. Got to move. Let's finish this. Time to meet your maker.
On my word.
Let's end this.
Shall we dance?
Look! Red, melodious, pustule.
Take you.
Hop, hop.
Hungry for the slaughter.
Need to act fast.
Let's have some fun.
There's an illithid parasite in that corpse. You should take a look.
Well, hello.
All's well that ends, well, not as bad as it could have.
I wonder who or what those chains are for.
Something over there.
Intestines throb. Blood whispers.
Let's get on with it.
Making me sweat.
At least things have stayed interesting. What to do?
What's next? Better take that.
today? How many die tomorrow? Always room for more.
Interlocking circles with moons and stars. This is the seal mentioned in that Selûnite's journal.
I bet we can work out how to open it.
Your sword!
The spider seems poised to attack. The other spider echoes her. The spider relaxes slightly, but you feel her hunger and fear beneath the surface. She...
Nothing for you.
Wouldn't go in there. Lest you fancy...
Need something else?
It's good to be alive.
All right. What now?
Poor lad. I could give you peace, you know. But no. You gotta keep silent, don't you? Where do they flee to, you stubborn rat?
Please, stop!
Here to see your friend, have ya? Come and join him if you like.
Say we'll take over. His work is sloppy. He'll kill the prisoner too quickly.
The mark glows, but you feel nothing in response. Your illithid power is beyond reach until you rest.
No! Why won't he speak? The drow's gonna kill me if I can't make him talk. We do all the work, and you get to finish him? Bah! Take him! Won't do you any good. He just... screams. I should have sent him to Moonrise with the rest, for all the good he's been. I want to watch that weird priest next door. Sounded like he was beating something up.
Please, please. Let me out. There's no... I was with a group of adventurers. It's called the Night Song, but they ambushed us. I didn't think a pack of goblins could be so... I don't know. He just said some wizard called Leroican. It should be here somewhere. He said there was a hidden... The place was supposed to be abandoned. I'm not sure. All I know is... Brian had instruction. Please. These shackles. Halsin,
I don't know. That's all I know. Thank you. Thank you so much. Please.
Careful, I might.
No! Please! You are? I need to get out of here.
The lock clicks and opens.
Thank you. I better go. I should be able to make it to the Grove on my own. They need to know they're in danger. Brian had instructions, but I have to go. I have to get... I don't know. He just...
Is that blood? No, never mind.
Hope so. For your sake. Plenty of room next to the piggy if you're lying.
There. I feel it. I'm watching you. Spied from... Bet you couldn't make him sing.
What now?
Hands off! This one's ours.
Rat's nose twitches impatiently.
At least things have stayed interesting.
Greetings, child. I've met few aside from... Ah! Are you also here to assist with the prisoner? Please. The things they... I was invited to teach them. Pain without purpose is a terrible thing. Wouldn't you agree? Yes, he's just over there. Between you and... Pain should be intimate and loving, not violent and brutish. Forgive me, but that look in your eyes, something terrible has happened to you. Because I see those same eyes when I look in the mirror, dear one. We've all suffered in these. Please, let me alleviate this pain. As the Maiden of Pain, through penance, my work can grant peace and...
Go on! I have to see this!
This man is of common stock. Only the poorest of men need settle for the spectacle of their own gore.
Is that a promise? A pity, though. You would have known now.
You got candles all round ya. Use them. Oh, yes! Everyone howls when they're on fire!
Don't go bothering my pigeon. He's mine. Pidge. Keep him safe. What's it to ya? Him? Nah. Then catch one on your own.
The mark glows, but you feel nothing in response. Your illithid power is beyond...
More than you've got. But, how much do you got? Pigeon's worth more than that times a Burgundian. You funnin'? Pigeon don't take a craw for that much. See?
The mark glows, but you feel nothing in response. Your illithid power is beyond reach until you rest.
All right, calm down. I don't want no trouble. Here's the key. Pigeon's all yours.
Look at this. I'm quite saved. A joy to see a familiar face in such a precarious setting. I guarantee the story of your daring rescue of my person will live on for eons. I intend to do just that. A trusty invisibility potion goes a long way in a place like this. We mustn't tarry, but I'd hate for our friendship to end here. Please, won't you meet me once we've both slipped the goblin yoke? Smashing! Soon, my friend. Soon we can share a flagon of something liquid. I'll slip away when the coast is clear.
Certainly.
Looking ahead.
Ignore them and be happy they didn't throw you to the spiders yet.
Foul stench of slaughter turns suddenly blood smell, life smell.
Have a lot on my mind. And, well, in it.
Do you think the dwarf is ready yet? I'm hungry.
Orders were to stand by here. No booze, no sneaking off.
Duh, you're all boring.
Seen this mess? Flaming Fist Thuggo took a chunk out me arm last raid out. That last in with it. They were guarding some uppity noble and his friend. Not very well, mind. Drag carried him off. I'm just saying, those eyes. Again? Do you want to become spider food?
Here to see the bear? Just follow the note. Just hope these scraps will...
steal something. Or at the bollocks, will ya? See? It squealed! Hit it again!
Keep your hands steady, 3.
Again! Make it squeal again.
We're juicing it up. The beast came in here with those robbers, killed bosses thinking of serving it.
And it makes funny noise. We made it squeal. Look, you'll see. Give me that rock. I'll show ya.
What here? Get lost if you...
What a day.
Do you think it was as well? Wish I got a turn in the bear. Lucky.
All is ash and meat.
Being arrested for assault. Judging by the look on this guard's face, you're getting off lightly. They believe you. Decaying legs protrude from the hole. A failed escape, it seems. It seems the tunnel collapsed mid-dig and suffocated him. A crooked heart is embroidered on his left shoe. The body comes loose, revealing a tunnel. Perhaps you can escape where he failed.
Still blocked, but should be easy enough to clear. Still blocked, but should be easy enough to clear.
Tempers are rising. It's clear not everything you find is at your disposal.
Once you step down by the pins,
Whatever comes, I'm ready.
Just get some big chunks. They could
Can't afford to stay idle.
Today. How many die tomorrow?
Keep it.
Again! Make it squeal again.
It's staying, bosses.
Yeah!
The mark glows, but you feel nothing in response. Your illithid power is beyond reach.
and especially
Another fight. Let's go. First step is the hardest. May the gods take you first.
Watch this. In position.
Can't give up. Not now.
There's blood in the air. Death.
Cutting to the chase.
Bye forever, pal. this is my happy place. No surrender.
What should I do? On my way.
If this is worth the cost. Fall by my hand.
Smell blood. Down the hatch.
Pardon the viscera. One should cherish all of nature's bounty, but goblin guts are quite far. You aided a bear without knowing if it would savage you. A true friend of nature. Or perhaps a lunatic. Either way, I owe thanks. I am the druid Halsin. Indeed? Not the most opportune. Come on then. What's the... Oak Father preserve you, child. You're infected, aren't you? The Mind Flayer's spawn. But something's different. You're aware of the monster inside you. You don't bow to the Absolute like the true souls do. How is this possible? That looks very alien. As alien as the Mind Flayers. They do not belong on this world. You weren't speaking lightly when you said you needed help. Let me tell you what I know. I've been studying these parasites for a while now. Ever since I discovered these so-called true souls are infected with them. Someone is using very powerful magic to modify these tadpoles. They're using them to exert control over the infected. I'm sorry to say, I can't undo that magic, which means I can't cure you. But that doesn't mean I can't help. I didn't find what I came here for, a way to remove the tadpoles. But I found the next best thing. I found out where they come from. That must be where these enchantments are placed on them. And it's where you'll find your cure. I overheard that the cultists are sending all of their captives to Moonrise Towers. Innocents go in, true souls come out. If you want to find a cure, you must head there and discover how the tadpoles are being manipulated. I wish I could, but there's still work I've yet to fit. I've no right to ask more of you, but if you could help me, I'd be free to join your journey to Moonrise. I cannot allow these butchers to threaten my grove. The natural order must be protected. My thanks. Rare is the beast that survives decapitation. Help me eliminate the Drow Minthara. They are the ones holding these parasites together. Remove them, and nature will cure itself. There is no safety. Not while this rot festers. Once it is cut out, once the grove is secure, then I shall leave. Be warned. My presence could make things more difficult. If I join you, we'll likely have to slaughter this entire place. You may want to use it. May Sylvanas guide your hand. Focus on the ringleaders have to die. Traveling to Moonrise is no small task. This is different. There's more fingers on a hand than there are survivors of that place. To get to the towers, you'll need this curse shrouds any who linger are twisted by the curse. They become shadow beings. You could go overland, along the Risen Road or through the mountains. Easier at first. You could also go under. There is a tunnel somewhere in this very temple of Selûne. It leads to... Long ago, a man called Ketheric Thorm built a secret... Aradin and his lot were looking for a way down. From this stronghold, Ketheric's forces could access both the Temple of Selûne and Moonrise Towers. But he was defeated before he could launch an attack. If you can find this place, I'll wager it will reveal a more direct path to Moonrise Towers, and may bypass the worst of the Shadow Curse. Already? If only I'd gone with you instead of Aradin. Anything is preferable to risking the Shadow Curse. You'll need to pick up where Aradin left off. Find the hidden entrance. It's somewhere in these ruins, from what I've heard. My business there began... I helped overthrow Ketheric Thorm and his dark justiciars years ago. But I spent years researching them. If I could join you and get close to Moon... But the Grove must come first, I'm afraid. Precisely. But in my eagerness, I put far too much faith in the abilities of Aradin and his band. I'll remain here and do what I can. The ringleaders have to die. The very neck.
Time for discretion. What a generous pocket. Let's have a rummage. A quick profit. So, you come with me.
Busy bleeding, if you don't mind.
We'll have to go in to see the bottom.
Very well.
What's next, I wonder?
Still alive. So that's progress.
Unless you like big grist.
The eye's glassy black surface reflects your gaze. You sense no reaction.
You see the eye what's it, unless you like playing hide and seek when you're trying to take a damp. What? You must have some plug in you. But when you're taking a tinkle, or what?
How about I start following you, eh?
To save the former.
Your scouting party has not returned, and half of the intruders escaped your guards.
Sorry, mistress. We mucked up.
Until their sanctuary is found, I will take something precious from you every hour that passes. A trinket, a tongue, a limb.
I ain't no use without my limbs. The lad'll make the prisoner squeal soon enough, I swear.
Silence now, creature, or I will silence you forever.
As she turns to you, her thoughts mingle with yours. A cold hand caressing your brain. The chamber melts away to reveal a dark, endless nowhere. In it, you see a vision. The drow listens as a pale-eyed young woman whispers in her ear. One of those the voice spoke of. One of the chosen. The vision fades away.
A true soul? Praise be. Are you here to join my hunt? Yes, I suppose I might offer passage. But first, we hunt. Prove yourself worthy, and you will have what you seek. Worshippers of a false god. Their existence is an insult. There is a weapon the Absolute seeks. I'm sure those wretches have it hidden away there.
Her excitement is palpable. She lingers on thoughts and of the weapon. She will seize it. You feel Shadowheart's anxiety. The weapon the Absolute seeks, it's the artifact that she carries. The same one that protected you as you entered the goblin camp. Her mind focuses. The cultists cannot discover that the weapon they seek is within their grasp.
The thief, whimpering in our dungeon, tried to flee to their sanctuary. We will continue to remove parts of him.
He's been resilient, but he'll talk.
She is seeking the grove you visited. Already you feel her mind closing around yours.
Speak, true soul. The hunt must begin soon.
Excellent. Be sure not to kill him before he talks.
Prizes for guessing what this weapon thereafter really is. The artifact.
The village to the east.
If that's the case,
It's abandoned.
Looks
we've
that
got
way.
more problems
But
than
Scouts
just the
said they had
worms in our
something moving
heads.
around out there. Something big.
It's not our concern. Our prey is elsewhere. How many raiders do we have?
Plenty of lashers, loads of hunters, and a few pariahs to carry the powder kegs.
These pariahs, they're prepared to fight for the Absolute.
What they do ain't exactly fighting. All they gotta do is light up a powder and burn.
Report, and make it quick.
Organizing these creatures tests my patience. These creatures have failed me again. I will deal with those.
Did he tell you where his friends are hiding before he fled? Perhaps.
But your thought...
Her mind enters yours, a splinter of ice piercing your memories. Tiefling faces flicker into view as she attempts to learn the grove's location.
I see only fragments. Your mind is confused. Do what you must to clear it.
And the prisoner?
We're still working on him.
How about I start following you, eh? How'd you like that? Prisoner, I'll talk. Your ladyship. Spike always makes him talk.
If he doesn't, I'll cut out his tongue.
If he don't have a tongue, he can't tell us nothing.
The prisoner can keep his tongue. It's Spike's, Albiro. Report, and make it quick.
Organizing these creatures tests my patience.
They are flocking to the Absolute. In sufficient numbers, they are.
Then do as you...
What are we waiting for? Spears are sharp. The lads are all riled up and ready.
You have already failed me once. And now you dare to question me.
I didn't mean nothing by it, your ladyship. Honest, I didn't.
Your life, much like your words, is meaningless, whelp. End the latter to save the former.
If I were you, I'd get me...
This ain't the party.
Trap.
Praise is ever bleeding.
You know Maglubiet, a tyrannical deity who treats his goblinoid followers.
Trying to interrupt my prayers? Because I'm loyal to Maglubiet. 'Cause I ain't having my head turned by some upstart. The grubby head's looked out for me since I was near. Bollocks to this absolute type.
Longing for small. There is a light here, in the tight space.
No one back home will ever believe this.
Boss Rags. Keep moving. The absolute.
You're like the whip.
It's against her. Just stick 'em like a pig. I command you, corpse. Speak. Reveal truth to the absolute. Nothing. Must be reading it wrong.
The hobgoblin turns to you, and the parasite squirms in your skull.
Dragonborn.
You taste the ale on his tongue and the bile in his soul. The visions cloud your inner eye for a brief moment once again. You see the hobgoblin bowing before the armored elf you'd glimpsed before. The elf speaks of the hunt for a great weapon.
Guess it doesn't matter what you are. You're a true soul. And that's good enough for me.
He doesn't speak his next words, yet they still rattle your skull from within.
You ever talk to a dead squid? Now's your chance.
This mind flayer's build is smaller, its garb plainer. A fearsome creature even in death, yet it too roamed the Nautiloid. It would have seen you, known you.
Absolute says the dead squiddy had a weapon. I reckon the killer nabbed it and scooted off to... We find who killed it, and we find who took that weapon. So settle in.
You choke on black smoke as the hobgoblin bellows his incantation.
I command you, corpse. Speak and say sooth. Lucan ok al koldek shulkol kank.
The hideous corpse rises, tentacles writhing. Your heart seizes, and a questioning the creature might recognize you as its killer. Raxlin's mind reels, then calms. He will speak as you command. With Raxlin's voice, you ask.
What did the killer want?
Raxlin scowls, shocked by his own words, and a jolt shoots through your skull. The creature speaks in visions. A swarm of Githyanki dragon riders, silver blades held high, control panels melting, flesh pods spilled open.
Get on the hunt. They know something.
He is suspicious, confused by the question that fell from his lips. You proceed carefully.
Who is the Absolute?
Raxlin frowns in confusion at a question he would never have asked. You see an image. Curved drow blades, crude goblin torches, gnarled teeth dripping blood. You see other mind flayers arranged in a serene circle. Absolute unity. Absolute power.
You're kidding me. Very helpful, squid.
Suspicion floods Raxland's mind. Your brain howls as you force a final query into his throat.
Why were the Gith chasing that ship?
You see dark tunnels lit by noxious pools of brine. The darkness spreads through the earth. The sky splits open and nautiloids pour out of a void that consumes the stars.
What in the...
The corpse collapses, silent once more.
No, no! I'm not done! Riddles, all of it. And nothing to show for the trouble but rotting squid meat. No answers, no killer, and no damned weapon. The damned Drow was right. Can't let her get all of that glory. Seems I ain't done with you. Report to the Drow. Minthara's the name. She's mounting an attack on that blasted grove. Tell her you'll join her. Say that again. 'Cause I know I didn't just hear you. Falling in line. Absolute honors you and slays her enemies. You fertilize the fields with the dead. Rivers and streams with their blood.
How many raiders do we have?
Plenty of lashers. Loads of hunters.
Report. And make it quick. Organizing these creatures tests my patience.
What are we waiting for? Spears are sharp. The lads are all riled up and ready.
You have already failed me once. And now you dare to question me.
I didn't mean nothing by it, your ladyship. Honest, I didn't.
Your life, much like your words, is meaningless. Well, end the latter to save the former.
Bloody hell! What? Leave me alone!
What you needing now? The Absolute's got... If the Absolute says to take orders from a Drow, you look spiffy to me. What do you need a healer for? Well, let me know when you find one, Priestess. The Absolute honors you and slays her enemies. You fertilize the dead. Rivers and... That was intense. I wouldn't want to bump into that thing. Someone needs to keep an eye on these buggers. I don't make a habit of questioning the Absolute.
Keep a blade close. Just like old times. Let's prowl quietly.
Hammond can use this to fix me.
And they'll know she is absolute. Sit. Your drink. I wouldn't dawdle if I were you. Streams will flow with their blood. Their cities will be razed to the ground. And they'll know she is absolute. You'll sit at her table. You'll drink from her barrels. You will. Let's move.
The prisoner can keep his tongue, his spikes.
I can keep going a little longer now.
No choice but to keep going. Nothing will stand in my way. Into the bloody fray.
Give up. Onward. Down with you.
Watch this!
Got to concentrate. Stuck? Hold on.
absolute honors you and slays our enemies. To fertilize the fields with the dead. Rivers and streams will flow with their blood. Their cities will be razed to the ground. And they'll know she is absolute.
Seems the owner...
All right. Time to see what new horror's waiting for us.
Listen. The absolute honors you.
Don't burn yourself.
And slays our enemies. To fertilize the fields with the dead. Rivers
I've got a long road ahead.
will flow with their blood.
Wonder if the gods are watching me.
Their cities will be
I must keep going.
razed to the ground. And they know she is absolute.
Still breathing, despite everything.
Your drink from a
Pave my
barrel.
path with corpses. Build my castle with bones.
Not the time. Listen. The absolute honors you and slays her enemies. To fertilize the fields with the dead. Rivers and streams will flow with their blood. Their cities will be razed to the ground. And they'll know she is absolute.
What's cooking?
You'll sit at her table. You'll drink from her barrels. You will reign.
Can't give up now.
You attacked someone. Only the guards are allowed to do that, as this one is about to demonstrate. You're free to go.
Defile the absolute.
I'm ready.
catch my breath.
This feels good.
Listen.
Moving.
Blood comes easy these days. no one's stopping you out.
And they'll know.
Ah, my good fellow. Quite the cozy setup you have. I was just settling in and reviewing my latest finding. Why, I'm practically an The druid Halson had some kind of mind flare specimen in a jar in his quarters. Over here, on the Sword Coast. Impossible.